Welcome to QuickPod, Tim Ferriss Podcast Audio Summaries, your go-to podcast for concise summaries of Tim Ferriss's best episodes. In each episode, we distill Tim Ferriss's insightful interviews into less than 10-minute summaries so that you can grasp the key takeaways quickly. Today, we're delving into an intriguing episode titled Stephen Wolfram, Productivity Systems, Richard Feynman, Stories and Computational Thinking. Stephen Wolfram, a distinguished scientist and the creator of Wolfram Language, joins Tim in this episode. Their conversation spans a variety of topics, including personal productivity hacks, the nature of computational thinking, and delightful anecdotes about the legendary physicist Richard Feynman. The discussion kicks off with Wolfram's unique approach to data storage and retrieval, which includes archiving every keystroke he's made for decades. He reveals, "I've got all my email going back 30 years, highlighting his methodical nature and how it aids his productivity and recollection. A significant part of the conversation focuses on Stephen's approach to structured thinking. He emphasizes the use of matrices, or conceptual frameworks, which are crucial for organizing his thoughts and projects. Wolfram explains that these matrices are not just tools for data organization, but essential instruments that enhance his ability to think creatively and manage complex ideas. He says, "I actively avoid thinking about things where I don't have a matrix. I don't like to have disembodied ideas floating around." This approach allows him to place new information within a structured context, ensuring that even small, seemingly isolated ideas have a designated place where they can contribute to larger projects. By systematically organizing information, he avoids the chaos that can hinder the processing of complex scientific ideas, thereby optimizing his intellectual output and creative insights. In the episode, one of the highlights is when Stephen recounts his experiences with Richard Feynman, a figure renowned not just for his brilliance in physics, but also for his dynamic personality. Stephen shares a series of anecdotes that reveal Feynman's endless curiosity and energetic approach to learning and discovery. He describes how Feynman's intellect was perpetually in motion, always ready to engage with new ideas, no matter how diverse or obscure. Whether discussing quantum physics, playing the bongos, or picking locks at Los Alamos, Feynman brought the same level of enthusiasm and intellectual rigor. Stephen recalls a particular instance where Feynman's ability to intuitively grasp complex concepts and relate them to everyday experiences stood out during their discussions. This ability made Feynman not just a brilliant scientist, but a profoundly influential teacher and thinker whose methods continue to inspire. Stephen also discusses his concept of computational irreducibility, a principle that has profound implications for understanding the limits of prediction in systems. He states, "It's a really important fact about science, that science explains from within science, that science has questions that it can't readily answer." Towards the end of the episode, Wolfram touches upon his views on technology and future trends, particularly the development of natural language processing and its potential to revolutionize communication. His perspective on the evolution of computational tools and how they integrate with human thought processes is both profound and prophetic. In his own words, language itself is an example of how we organize the things we see, and computation is another way to structure how you talk about the world. To conclude, Stephen Wolfram's dialogue with Tim Ferriss provides deep insights into computational thinking, the legacy of Richard Feynman, and the potential future of technology. The key takeaways include the value of detailed personal archives for enhancing productivity, the importance of structured frameworks for managing complex ideas, and the potential of computational tools to transform our understanding and interaction with the world. If you enjoyed this summary, follow QuickPod for more distilled wisdom from Tim's insightful episodes. And for a deeper dive into Stephen Wolfram's thoughts and theories, we recommend listening to the full episode on Tim Ferriss's podcast. Join us next time for another episode of QuickPod. Thank you for tuning in.